Yay! What's happening, baby? Y'all know what time it is. It's Texas Underground, where the Bulls reside, where the Bulls reside, where the Bulls reside, where the Bulls reside. Hey, it's Super Bowl review day. Hey, it's 2/14/23. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, keep the channel growing. Hey, we trying to reach at least 100 subscribers by the end of March. I guess March is 31 days, 30 days, whatever. We trying to hit 100. Come on, y'all. Y'all can help me out. Push that button. It's free. FREE. Hey, you know we love free stuff. Go ahead and hit that button, man. I mean, hey, But this is a family show, right? It's always about family. This is one thing I want to bring to YouTube. Even though we're here as Texans, we're talking about football here on this channel, we still want to show support to the family, right? So I want to give a very, 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 very special shout out. Put in the comments, scream it out, say happy birthday to the beautiful love of my life. We've been together for a long, long, long time, 13 years. So, hey, we keep pushing, we keep rolling, we starting new journeys. Texas Underground is one of the few journeys that we wanted to kick off, and here we are. Video episode number 3. Hey, let's get it again. Welcome to the underground, where the Bulls reside, where the Bulls reside. So, let's get started. Super Bowl review. Hey, I got the pick wrong, but I did say that I wanted, in my heart, I really was going Kansas City, right? If I would have known how all the ESPN analysts in the whole world was going Eagles, I really would have changed my pick. No, I'm really dead serious about that one. Like I say, Patrick Mahomes is somebody that I was talking about way, way, way before ESPN and NFL was talking about him. Mr. Big Stuff, Mel Kiper had Patrick Mahomes as not even in his top 10 or top 5, I should say. And definitely not in the first round pick when he first started his mock drafts a few years ago when Mahomes and Watson and Trubisky was coming out. So with that being said, that was kind of a shot to the heart that I didn't stick with my pick even before the playoffs. I had this matchup. I might try to put that somewhere up here, somewhere right there, if I still got the picture, maybe. But I did pick this matchup, and I had Kansas City winning. But I just felt like the Philadelphia defense was just gonna be able to do a little bit more than Kansas City's, and surprisingly, the Eagle defense did not stop the run. Like I've said before, these games come to two things: turnovers and stopping the run. What team makes that big play? I said it in the short, and I said it in the last video. The big play. A lot of people are gonna go back to the holding call at the end of the game and say, "Oh, that was what cost Philadelphia the game." No, that's not initially what cost them the game, and it was the correct call, and it should have been called. And the referees did an awesome job this game by letting them play, letting the offensive and defensive line play. But at a certain period of time, we had that down at the end of the game. It's third down. Yes, as a fan, did I want them to throw the flag? No, because it wasn't so blatant, right? yes, I wanted to see if Jalen Hurts could have his magical moment and drive down the field and either kick the field goal to tie the game, go to overtime, or go ahead and score. I wanted to see that happen. I wanted to see that drive. I wanted to see if he could have his Tom Brady, Joe Montana, John Elway moment, right? And I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to see it. But again, that was the right call. They missed it earlier in the game when Juju came across the middle of the field on a deep end route. And that hole was way worse than the one that he spun him around than he had on that one. I initially threw the play. I thought that they was holding Kelsey. But we don't get the view of the all 22 on TV, and so the way Pat Mahomes looked when he first like pump fake and he was looking because he was looking that way the whole time, and I believe that play was always supposed to be to Kelsey, but for when he seen Juju break off out of that route, what I call a whip route. He broke out of that and came back outside. When he came back outside, he realized that the man was still on his hip, so he cut it up. So when he cut it up, that's when that second grab happened. So, I mean, the first grab was a lot more of a noticeable. The second one was kind of like a tap, touch type thing. But what happened was Barry got out of position. He was expecting something and didn't get that, and once he got out of position, he lost his leverage. It was either hold or give up the touchdown. And as a defensive coordinator, I'm telling my DB, hold him, get a pass interference all day, every day. I don't want to give up the touchdown. In that scenario, it might have been better if he just let it go. If he just, because if they scored a touchdown, now we have over 2 minutes and change to come back and drive down the field. But during the moment, those are things that's real hard to sit there and think about as the DB and all this is playing out. You just, in your mind, you're saying, oh, shoot, I messed up. Let me get back in the play. Shit. And then, okay, did he throw the flag? Did he throw the flag? No. All right. Damn, they did throw the flag. So that's kind of the mindset that he possibly had throughout that play. So that's enough of that. I'm not finna keep harping on that. Is, to me, is not the issue at hand. The issue at hand was, like I said before, stopping the run. So I'm not a big stat guy. I'm an eye test guy. I look at the film. I watch the game on TV. I go back and watch it. That's why I didn't drop this video yesterday, because I wanted to go back and watch this game again on TV. Just sit back and watch it, right? Because everybody's at a Super Bowl party. It's all, loud and talking, and you gotta, talk your talk or whatever the case may be. But while watching the game, right, you kind of felt that the Eagles had the game in the bag initially. When you watched the first initial game, they was dominating. Offensive line, defensive line was setting the tone. Their offensive line was setting the tone. I'm not going to say so much the defensive line, but the reason why I say the defensive line was setting the tone for the Eagles was because they wasn't giving up timely runs, right? They was keeping Mahomes in the pocket that first half. They was making sure when he did scramble that they locked on to the receivers. So the good thing about what Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy did was they didn't go away from the run, which is something that we know Andy Reid is used to doing, right? He's used to stepping away from the run real quickly, and he didn't. So I just wanted to give y'all some stats, right? And I want y'all to understand that the stat line doesn't always match up to what happened on the field. So I want to give y'all this stat, right? For rushing, we had Pacheco for Chiefs run 15 attempts, 76 yards, 5.1 yard a carry off of 15 attempts. His longest rush was for 24 yards. Okay. Then we had Pat Mahomes. A lot of his was scrambling around, so we're not gonna count this as rushing yards. But because I'm gonna count Jalen Hurts, and I'm gonna explain this later, he went 6 for 44, 7.3 yards a carry, 26 was his longest. Jared McKinney, he went 4 rushes, 34 yards, 8.5 yards a carry. His longest was 14, and the big one is when he slid at the end of the game to race the clock and not score, which is why he didn't have a touchdown. And then Sky Moore had the one attempt for 4 yards. Okay, now with Kansas City, I want y'all to remember. I wish I promise y'all I'm learning this. Is on the fly. I'm getting better. I got stuff working on, getting back there. We gonna make this. This is gonna be awesome. So if you the first to be here and support and ride with me through this journey, this channel is gonna blow. I'm telling you. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and like I said in the first video, I really want to thank Well Off Media and Dion Jr. for inspiring a young brother to keep pushing. So with that being said, Kansas City running backs basically ran for a total of 100 and what, like, let's see, that's 4 is 10. So 114 yards, the running backs, that's the running back. We're not talking about Patrick Mahomes. If you average that out with Pacheco 5.1, McKinney 8.5, and Moore with his 1, you're talking about per rush, just the running backs averaged at least about 7. I want to say, without doing too much crunching the numbers for the video, they ran about 7.3, 7.2 yards per carry, just between those 3 guys, right? Now, when I said stop the run, that is what I mean about stopping the run. Because when you get in as a play caller, right? When you give a team, when you give your team the advantage of playing on 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, the play calling sheet opens up tremendously, because now basically on 2nd down, that play is a free play. And as aggressive that Philadelphia was, Andy Reid had to bring back his old school being aggressive as well. So how did he be aggressive? He aggressive with timely downfield throws, not what we're used to seeing Pat Mahomes, but we're talking about downfield throws that are that 10 to 15, 8 to 9 range, right? The thing is that when the defense is not able to stop the run with Andy Reid has ways to put certain people in areas and cause misdirection, right? So one of the key plays that a lot of people wasn't talking about is it's a 2nd and long play. They come out in a 3 tight end set, right? Which is basically 31 personnel, but they line up in a bunch formation, like if they had receivers on the field. What happened was is that the tight end that was closest to them to the tackle went in motion. He's normally the guy on film that runs a lot of screens on the backside of the offense. Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy are real good about moving the plane, is what I like to call it, or what other people say, moving the pocket, moving Patrick Mahomes out of harm's way, right? Something that Kyle Shanahan did not do. Uh, Not a knock on Kyle, but just experience, right? Andy Reid's 20-something plus years calling plays and as the head coach. Longer than that, because Andy Reid's been there before I was born. So you're talking about Patrick Mahomes, now one of the best play action quarterbacks in the game. Very similar to how Peyton Manning was with the play action and hiding the ball and the way he can sell the fake. He sells the fake for a quick, basically like a, not a quick, but like a stretch, like a stretch play, right? And to the right side, they come back with that tight end coming back to this side. So what ends up happening is the linebacker, the weak side linebacker, and the middle linebacker, the defensive end on the weak side and the D tackle on the weak side all flow this way because they're expecting screen. Because the center, guard, and tackle all do screen. He rolls out to the right real quick. Now, what do they show on the right side of the field? I want to say there was McKenzie goes out into the flat, right? The exceptional route running, disguise that Travis Kelce is not like this super athlete. He just has amazing feel of football. He's what we call a football player, right? So initially, his route was probably supposed to be an out route, but he feels that, okay, on this side, we got numbers. We got one guy that's trying to guard me and McKenzie, and we got the corner going and the safety in the middle of the field. All he does is turn around and sit. Once he's sitting in an open area. Boom, catch the ball, gets upfield. That was a big play in the game. Why did that get set up? Because of the action of the play action and them being able to run the football. Again, on the touchdown, they threw to, I believe that touchdown was Sky Moore. Sky Moore's touchdown. Same play, similar action, right? But instead of a tight end, you had Sky Moore running across the field. Sky Moore is one of the fastest guys on the field. What happens when you get somebody that fast and you're in man coverage in the goal line and you're trying to run across the field? You're stretching the defense. He stretched the defense wide open. You can't cover him. Touchdown. They can't stop the run. When you can't stop the run, these are the things that happen. Timely running by Patrick Mahomes. The 26-yard run for that first down was timely running, right? I don't necessarily put that on the Eagles defense as far as not being able to stop the run. Like I said before, I think that Pat Mahomes rushing was not designed. A lot of that was scramble yards. That's why I'm flipping over to the Eagles. Now with the Eagles, when I was talking about stopping the run, look at this. Miles Sanders, 7 rushes, 16 yards, 2.3 yards a carry. Kenny Gainwell, 7 rushes, 21 yards, 3.0 average. Boston Scott, 3 attempts, 8 yards, 2.7. So their 2 top guys, right, had 14 attempts for 37 yards. Jerry McKenzie had 4 rushes for 34 yards. That's what I'm talking about, stopping the run. They didn't have the timely running. They had the timely running from Jalen Hurts, but they couldn't establish the run. I don't know why. I don't know if there was something that they seen that they couldn't run, but Kansas City was stopping the run, and the RPOs was not working. Why was the RPO not working? Because they did not commit to running the football. You gotta commit to running the football. Now, like I said before, Philadelphia, their whole game was Jalen Hurts. The whole game was Jalen Hurts. It was all about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was bona fide MVP. Hands down. He was the MVP of the Super Bowl. Of course, we don't give awards to losers. Not saying Jalen is a loser. Jalen is a winner because of everything he's done outside of the world, being one of 32, being an underdog, being benched by Nick Saban for Tua, sticking around, being a great teammate, then transferring to Oklahoma, and then being a captain his first year at Oklahoma. And to me, I had him being the person that was going to win the Heisman Trophy that year. I really felt like Jalen was going to win the Heisman Trophy that year. Things just didn't go well as far as record-wise, but Jalen played his butt off in Oklahoma, and he deserves every ounce of credit that he gets for this performance in the Super Bowl because, let's be real, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He did, totality. But like I give this analogy, I'm going to give y'all this analogy, and I tell my son this. When things like this happen, right, people get nervous in certain periods of time and they can't hold that nerve in, right? So what I always tell my son is when me and him are playing Madden or me and him are playing any kind of NBA or any kind of football, basketball, sports game, when it comes down to key plays, he doesn't understand. He doesn't have that level of expertise yet. He can't calm himself down to make that play because it's about a momentum shift, right? And he can't, with what Pat Mahomes did was, Pat Mahomes, when that momentum kept feeling like it was supposed to be the Eagles to take, what did they do? They kept pushing, and Pat Mahomes made timely plays. The scramble to get the first down, the scramble where he get out of the pocket. Average people, they fall on the ground and they get sacked for a 2-3 yard loss. No, he slips on the logo, gets up, throws not a good ball at all, but gets the ball to where it's catchable to Travis Kelce. He picks it up off the ground, and guess what? On a third, I want to say it was 37, 36 or something like that, they get a first down. Timely play. That play led up to them scoring that drive in the start of the third quarter. So the big play that I want to get to, and the big play, like I said, this game always come down to stopping the run and what team makes the big play. Well, Philadelphia made the big play. And what did Philadelphia do? Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. Nobody caused the fumble. It was all Jalen Hurts. And I know what happened. Jalen Hurts, when he came out of pocket, I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was a throw or a run, but he seen the guy come show. And when he seen him show, he had the ball in his left arm. So he wanted to put the ball back in the right arm, probably thinking like, okay, well, if I can get it back to my right arm, I could possibly either throw it out of bounds or I can stiff arm him, right? Knowing Jalen Hurts, he probably felt like, okay, if I could can move better if I have my left arm free. Let me switch over real quick. Then, and in that process of doing that, the ball slips out. When the ball slipped out, it made a bounce. They pick it up. Kansas City picks it up. Matter of fact, let me give the right person the right credit. They don't even have it on the stats that I'm looking at as far as defensive touchdown is concerned. But number 32, I can't even think. I want to say Nick Bolton was his name. But everybody, number 32 for Kansas City picks up the ball and scored. That was the big play. That was the play that changed the game. So that was and like I said, that was the play right there that everybody needs to have. And the reason why, right, because the score is 14-7. Eagles, seeing at the time, they're up and down, up and down, up and down the field like it's nothing, like it's not an issue. 4th and 1 every time their QB sneak, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1, that QB sneaking, the Kansas City, nobody can stop it. So with that being said, if they go down and they kick the field goal, right? Let's just say they kick a field goal. That's 17-7. Kick going into the half with all the momentum. On a long break, 30 minutes, Pat Mahomes goes into the locker room, hobbled, right? Everything is different. Everything's different. But when that play happens, now all the momentum is gone. Now you go into halftime, and that aura that you had is now, you're not holding your head down because you're still winning. But everything's like, fuck, we had it. We had the chance to put them in the coffin. Not nail it, but we had the chance to put them in the coffin, right? So with that happen, now you come out to the third quarter, Kansas City gets the ball, drives up down the field, they score, momentum, boom, before you know it, it's tie game. Now that play happens, we get the field goal, Kansas City wins. All around, this was a good game. Now to my guy, Pat Mahomes. Again, he deserves all the credit in the world for winning this game because, like I said, timely plays. But the MVP of this Super Bowl is Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid. The scheme and what they brought up, they tried to attack the Eagles inside in the first quarter with a lot of their run plays. They got out of that in the second half, and they started destroying them with these stretches and getting outside. They started going back to the jet sweeps. They used the counters. They pulled. They got the motion going. They was in the bag. When I say they was in the bag, Eric Bieniemy was like this, and Andy Reid was like this. We have to give those two guys credit because they were in their bag. When I say they was in the bag, they was in the bag. Spagnuolo came up with an awesome game plan to stop the run for Philadelphia. Awesome game plan. Yes, I'm pretty sure he's not happy with Jalen Hurts going 27 for 38 at 304 yards and then having 15 rushing attempts for 70 yards and 3 touchdowns. We know that he's not happy about that. And he had a QB rating of 103.4. We know Spag's not happy about that at all. But I know he's happy about that ring. He's happy about that ring. So, again, it's Valentine's Day. It's the beautiful Sharita Cooper's birthday. We want to give her a very shout out from Texas Underground. Please go in the comments and show her some love. please show her some love. Show the channel some love. We're going to keep growing. Her channel is going to be coming up next. You are underground. You are a part of the Bull Parade. The next, I want to say today, tomorrow, sometime, we will be dropping the mock draft video where I do all 32 teams, talking about what I would do if I was a GM. I do a couple of different mock drafts. I do if I was a GM and what I think they would do. So this first one I did a while back was just kind of like a sample for myself. Now I put in some trades and I'm working on doing that, as well as when y'all see that video, this will be upgraded behind me. I'll have something for you. But again, thank you for the love and support. Show the shot, send the shout out, comment, hashtag Texans, hashtag football. Again, this is a family channel. We love you. Remember, we're in this together. We are all Texans.